Alright folks, hello and welcome to another video. Finally, I bet a bunch of you have been waiting for an actual video. I'm back, and I've been doing a tiny bit of work around here, just getting some stuff done, and I have a passage down here. Now, the reason I want a passage down here, because it does lead to fairly dangerous territory, which we haven't even fully explored, I think, is because I think that this is a perfect place to build an animal farm. Now, I could be entirely wrong. I could be completely 100% wrong. But I feel like this is the appropriate place to do that. And I've been trying to clear this place out, and then eventually close it all up. And so far, it's been mixed. First of all, what I need to do is somehow create a safe way down here that doesn't encroach on my ability to deal with everything else around here. There's a whole bunch of stuff here that I need to get. So this is still like a hot button area, a place where I need to go. Here's my favorite spawner, my only spawner on this map. There's just so much to explore here, and I'm not even sure where to begin, to be quite honest. Or, if for some reason... Oh, whoa. Did we not explore at all in this direction? Oh, I guess not. Huh. I am shocked. Kind of. Actually, not really. Not feeling this. Not feeling this at all, to be perfectly honest. Lava? I hear lava. And that's never good in hardcore. Cramped hallways are also not good at all. Huh. Okay, well that wasn't that bad. Is the lava underneath this coal? One way to find out. Okay, well this coal goes pretty far. Whoa! It appears as though it is. Nice. That's kind of good. Kind of happy about that. Kind of don't care also. There's a bit of not caring going on. But you know what? Maybe this isn't half bad. Give me the iron. I mean the coal. Never mind. I don't want your stinking coal. Well, this wasn't much of an exploration. Although I will block that up, simply for safety purposes. Don't want... I know it's unlikely that anything could come of that in any fashion or any sense. I still don't want to risk anything. Anything. Redundancy, redundancy, redundancy. Yes, I know. Let's get this iron, because iron is significantly more valuable for me right now than coal. So it is actually worth getting all of it, even though I did casually just saunter by a whole bunch of iron down at the very entrance to this little cave thing. But you know what? We can casually let that go. Because forgiveness is a good idea. It is a good thing to do. What challenges shall we take on next? Let's take a look. Actually, I should take a look. I write down. I like making lists. I don't know if anyone shares that quality with me, but one of my, not so much like a favorite thing to do, that would be a bit of an exaggeration, but something I like to do to get organized is I like making lists. And right now I'm looking at my list of challenges that I wrote down, because I do write stuff down. I do write these things down. I find the ones that I see that I really like, and I put them all together, and I do them, and it's awesome. It's pretty awesome. I have fun with that. I think the next challenge I'll probably accept is making something with that zombie spawner. Not sure what. I mean, I don't really see much use for dead zombies. I mean, I have heard, somebody has pointed out that they may drop small things, fairly important things like iron ingots and swords and stuff like that, but that doesn't particularly interest me right now. First, here, let's make this all a lot easier on ourselves, so that there's never this risk of just getting pummeled from behind. I don't like the sound of that at all. Speaking of which, I don't usually... Actually, that's not true. One of the things I pride myself on with this channel is that I try not to stay away from from important issues that concern me, or don't even concern me sometimes, but that interest me. And one of those issues right now is what's going on in North Carolina, or what already went down in North Carolina. As some of you may know, or as some of you may not know, North Carolina voted on an amendment which would allow for same-sex marriage, or ban it, rather. And some people voted against it. There are actually, a lot of people made a big deal out of this on YouTube. Not even a lot of people, but some people, some notable YouTubers made quite a thing out of this. Woody from Woody's gamer tag fame, he voted against this amendment. Stuff like that has been going on. Let's close that up too. That looks terrible. Let's connect this somehow. As much as I like the light coming from here, I don't like the idea of this solitary random block. Kind of concerns me. But now I have grass growing here, which is good. And we should probably come up with some safe way of getting all of... I keep freaking out. I hear the footsteps that are mine, and I'm like, oh no, it's somebody sneaking up behind me. I am scared. It's exactly what I sound like when I'm confused or scared. Anyhow, whoa, darkness. Spooky darkness. I actually didn't even consider how dark it would become in this cave as soon as I just closed all of it up, because this part is not, it is not concealed by the enlightened lightliness of glass. So it doesn't have that benefit. But anyways, so as I was asking, I try not to stray away from certain issues and certain things that happen in the world. I know a lot of YouTubers try to stay out of issues so as to not alienate their audiences, but I'm actually kind of interested in what you guys have to say and what you guys think. And I'm not saying that other YouTubers don't. It's more of an issue for me because I'm still very much learning from you guys. That sounds cheesy. It sounds very cheesy. I won't say that anymore because that was really cheesy. I mean it though. I mean it. Deep down in my heart, I know that I really mean it. Anyways, so the way I see it right now, I am not the staunchest supporter of gay rights. I mean, if you were to ask me, if you were to walk up to me and be like, hey, do you support gay rights? I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? It does seem sort of like the right thing to do. But I'm not one of those people who, like, goes out of his way to support gay rights. It's really, I've never considered it my battle. It's never something I've vehemently considered. But now that I think about it, somebody brought this up recently, and it seems almost like the racism of our day. While there are some religious principles behind this, I still don't think that excuses some of the responses and some of the action that's being taken nowadays in response to homosexuality. And I don't know how prevalent this is in other countries, and viewers of mine who do live in other countries, for some reason I make it seem, or I act unconsciously as though all of my viewers are in the United States. That's just not true. If you have any outlook from another country on how another country is handling this, or if you simply know, let me know, because I'm actually interested in how other countries handle this issue, and whether or not some countries are behind us or are ahead of us. I just don't know. So, the way I see it as the racism of our day, where it's almost as if, like, we'll look back in some 40 years and think, like, how did we allow this to happen? How did this happen in general? This is amazing. I mean, I am so lucky to have this formation here, because this looks amazing in my opinion. I'm going to be getting some of this sand out though, because I do want sand. Let's actually, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, well, that's not entirely gonna work. Yay. Oh, wait, what? They just went through? That's not cool. I had respect for you blocks. I guess I shouldn't have had. any respect. Anywho, I keep losing my train of thought. It's a very YouTube commentator thing to do. Not really. I mean, the better ones don't do it. The better ones don't do it. Whatever. Anyhow, the reason I bring it up is I just kind of want to know what your guys' thoughts are on it, because the whole conflict in itself speaks to the existence of a larger conflict. The fact that there's this disparity in opinion in America, and some of it is a response to, like, religion, some of it is a response to a whole number of cultural influences, and I think it speaks to the diversity of the United States, and it also speaks to some of the flaws of this diversity. Or not so much to the flaws of the diversity. I can't really speak correctly. The flaws of the diversity doesn't really make much sense. Although I bet if you were to really think about it, there probably are some flaws to diversity, such as a disparity in opinion, but you know what, forget that. Anyhow, oh, brain, why don't you work? To get my thoughts together mostly, what do you guys think about this whole issue? Because personally, recently I've noticed that there's been almost like a libertarianismization, if that is a word, of the youth, of the political outlooks of the youth in the United States, where it's like, if it doesn't hurt us or affect us, we should just let it happen. And in part I subscribe to that idea, and I kind of, at the same time, I kind of have some issues with that, but not in concerns with homosexuality. That's not something I've really considered, although I guess it does kind of make sense. But the reason I have, I guess, not even so much problems with the responses to homosexuality is that so many of these responses and, like, negative outlooks towards the idea are based on religious principles. And I have nothing against people who are religious. I have a bunch of friends who I've met online who are religious. I know religious people, and they're not crazy zealots, and they're normal people for the most part. Well, I mean, as normal within their own realm as I am within mine. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Oh God, spider. Does he see me through the what? He does. He definitely does. I don't know if the sand blocks updating do that, or what's going on, but he has detected my presence. Sneaky spider. Ooh, skeleton too. That might be a tiny problem with this farm, is when I go here at night, it might kind of be all like, hey, it's a spider and a skeleton were dancing on your roof. Ha ha ha, enjoy. Not sure how I feel about that. Alright, basically, getting back on topic. Yes, brain, work. I've recently, more and more so, thanks to a friend of mine, I've been subscribing to the idea of agnostic atheism, where I can't prove and or know of the existence of God, so I choose not to believe. And I think that makes sense. And I don't want to turn this into a religious debate, although if you guys want something like that, something along those lines, if you want something like that to happen on this channel, by all means, let me know. I would, not that I would love to start debates, but I would. It would be interesting to see what your opinions are and what you can contribute to my train of thought, and vice versa. So, bring it on if you have other opinions. I would love to hear them. Anyhow, blarg, 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 brain not working properly. What was I even? Right. And so, because of this worldview of mine, this agnostic atheism of mine, I don't see the merit of certain religious-based policies. It doesn't some just don't make sense to me. This conflict with the rights of homosexuals, it doesn't make sense to me. And I see religion, while this is kind of a generalization, I see it in many ways as something that spawns problems. Not all the time, that would also be an overstatement, but a lot of the time, religion creates lots of problems for us, no more than money or greed. And maybe those are the basis more so than the religious aspect. But still, of all the institutions that, in my opinion, we could get rid of, religion is probably the easiest one to get rid of, and which the world could probably exist without. Now, a lot of people, and this is an argument that drives me absolutely insane, I've been having a lot of religious debates recently on this very same topic, about the merits and demerits of religion. And it's been fun. I love discussing things with people. Yes, I have an amazing social life. I like to discuss things with people, as opposed to aliens. But one argument that really gets to me is this argument of, well, without religion, morality would not exist. And I kind of want to disagree with that. If any of you guys have read The Master and Margarita, it's a Russian book, and it satirizes and pokes fun and makes fun of the Soviet Union and the Soviet Union atheism, and how everyone is amoral and has no responsibility and ideals, and everything is corrupt because there is a lack of religion. And I kind of disagree with that. There was corruption for reasons that didn't pertain to atheism. These spiders, you guys are ridiculous. There's a hole here somewhere. That's what concerns me. Because otherwise, I don't see how, unless what's its face? Unless Jerp Flurp. Unless ice is see-throughable by mobs, I don't see what the problem is. I guess that's what the problem is, though. That would make sense. It would kind of answer my problems. Gee, my brain just keeps going all over the place. I apologize. I'm trying to return sort of to a structured commentary style where I'd talk about one idea and how it came up in my brain and how it pertains to me. That hasn't been working out for me recently. My brain's all over the place, and I feel like I've become more comfortable at the mic at the expense of coherence and sense making. Because it's like I can make jokes now and be like loud and ridiculous, but I also feel kind of like I also have trouble putting phrases together so that they make sense. Simply because I'm more comfortable making jokes, and that's a thing that happened, and because it's easier to tell jokes than it is to remain serious and remain on topic. And I'm sort of just jumping all over the place because that's what commentators do a lot. Not sure how much further I should expand this. I do like what I have going so far, but I'm not sure how I'm going to utilize this cave. What would be nice is if someone gave me a challenge to build a tree farm, because I could do that in here. Although, no, it would actually probably be easier to get animals down here than it would be to get... Why are you still following me? What is wrong with you? I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna settle this. This is ridiculous. This is insulting. Also, I should probably build another exit out of my house. A lower level exit. What is going on? Some spiders are really enjoying themselves outside. What is out here? Also, a path down would be a brilliant idea. I think somebody, cough cough, should make me a challenge to build a formal pathway down here. Are you ridiculous? What are you doing? Did Spider AI change? Was I made... Why am I unaware of this? This is not a thing that should be happening. This looks cool. I like this. What is going on over here? Nothing special. Okay, fair enough. I do still very much like this. Let's see, how many blocks do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 by 11, and I can expand one more easily. I can expand a lot more easily. 10 by 11, and how many farm animals are there? There's sheep, chickens, pigs, cows. Sheep, chickens, pigs, cows. There's 4. So what would probably be best would be to have a 4 by... Oh, you know what I actually want to do? Let's do this all casually and all fancy-like. But something I think would look nice... Oh, and I should go out and make myself a stuff. Oh, alright, well that doesn't work, but anyways, I think this would look nice. Ta-da! And soon vines will grow over that and it will look all fancy. Fancy like fancy. See, I'm doing it. I've lost any coherent train of thought and I'm just saying weird random things that come into my head. It seems very Nanners-like. And while I like and respect Nanners, I kind of hoped that at this point in the game I would have had a style of my own. And I wouldn't have to be like, oh, I resemble Nanners, that's cool. I remember that when that was a comparison everyone would make, and I thought that was really, really cool. And now I'm like, yeah, Nanners, that's... yeah. I mean, I like Nanners, he's cool. But I also kind of want to have my own style, so to speak. So to speak. Why so to speak? That's exactly what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's cook ourselves some goodies. I need to make a furnace room somewhere because this is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to run around like this. Did I have all this wood here before? Because if I did, I'm going to be quite upset with myself and my inability to be smart. That's quite a problem. When you can't be smart, all you can be is stupid. Words of wisdom. Alright guys, I just beat another challenge. I made myself a shovel. Just kidding, that's not a shovel. Where do I have a door from? I'm just looking at all this stuff now and I'm just like, how did I get this? Where is this from? Grr, I'm going to not so subtly hint at you to make me a challenge to go and build a path down, because I have a nice plan for that, and it involves other challenging things like going into the Nether, which I assume you guys might want to see. So yeah, you should challenge me to something like that. Do it. Do it. Anywho, let's go. Alright. Pretty solid so far. So I have 10 over here and 11 over here. 11. That's not going to be very good. I mean, if I can keep 11 and I can go in this direction, that'll work fine. I would just need to go enough over so that I can build 4 stables and have them fairly wide. Huh. That in itself is kind of a challenge. Given how much room I have to move in that direction as indicated by that tree, that may not be the easiest thing to do. Huh. Let's try and think this through. First off, let's clear this. Let's finish this off right now. This little section. This is a mockery of farm building, of farm buildery. It's not even a word, and I'm using it as a word. Speaking of words that aren't words and using words that aren't words, congratulations to anyone who took their APs today or yesterday or is taking them now and is doing well. I like to think of myself as part of that doing well group, although I will not know until July, which is semi-fantastic. Whatever. Alright, so let's think this through. Fence here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like this will be enough room for a stable. Or definitely. And then hold on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this seems like proper stable material. Okay, so we've got something down. And you know what? Because we already have sort of a recessed, I'm using words that I kind of know what they mean and I kind of don't, and I'm worried that I'll probably seem like an idiot saying them. But since I already have this little like escalation, de-escalation going on here, this would probably work best for chickens because something that would be a good idea to build is some way of automating the collection of the loot that these guys make. So for example, having a piston hole, a 2x2 piston hole in the middle of each of the bigger animal plots, so that every now and then I could just open that up, the mobs drop down, and I get a tiny bit of whatever it is I need. That could take a bit longer though, but I don't think it's a terrible idea. But for chickens specifically, I do believe there's some kind of water involving trap where the chickens all just chill around and enjoy water, and as they lay eggs, all of that water swoops down and goes somewhere. And if I have enough chickens, that can lead to quite a bit of egg production. So I'll think about that. That'll probably end up being my chicken area. Although I also kind of hope that by luck, I was able to properly think this through so that I moved this far enough away from my base so that not everything sounds like fucking animals when I'm trying to build and do things and be. I wonder if friendly mobs affect sleep patterns, because I know that hostile mobs don't allow you to sleep, but do friendly mobs do that? I mean, they're not even friendly mobs, they're like ambivalent mobs. They're like, I don't even care what happens mobs. Like, you could be getting mauled to death by an Enderman, and they won't even come to your rescue. A bunch of jerks. I'm kind of worried that at some point I'm going to come across a leak, like a little hole where there won't be, what's her face? Oh dear, how did this happen? This is not good at all. Right, I didn't really think this through. Torches melt stuff like this. That happens. It's not good at all. I bet this is going to refreeze in a while at some point, but still, it's not something I like at all right now. That definitely concerns me. I also don't know if glowstone melts stuff. I don't think it does. But that would be a terrible property of glowstone. And if someone could point me towards that, I mean, I know I could Google it, or Wikipedia it, or Minecraft Wiki it. Can't really do that right now. But let's see, did I clear enough space for a second stable? I think I'll just have them all connected to one another. Unless that makes it impossible to build a farm, in which case I'll separate them. But I don't think that should have any effect. A good idea might be to take glass panes, or just regular glass, and put it on top of there. What bothers me is I think I'll be losing the blue quality of the ice. That kind of annoys me. I do very much like the color that's coming off right now. But sacrifices must be made in a situation like this. I'm sorry that this episode has been a lot of mining. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch. Ooh, my ivy is growing. I don't know, or just the vines. I'll call it ivy. Nobody cares. What might actually work is terraced farming, now that I think about it. If I have multiple... One thing I really love... Let me just preface this with saying, one thing that I really love to do in Minecraft is build farms of all sorts. And one of my favorite kinds of farming, for agricultural stuff in particular, is a terraced farm. Especially in this game, where I can just create multiple compact layers of things. And everything works. Everything just like fits together. And it looks nice. If I can do that here, for example, have the chickens chilling over here and having 1, 2, 3, and then if I have a floor here, there'll be 1, 2, 3 above them, and then have a stable floor right there of another animal. That might be pretty cool. That wouldn't be terrible. No, not at all. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. That might actually be pretty darn cool. I think that's the height I need. Yep, I think so. Oh, I'm starving. Anyways, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a nice day.